Jason Statham, a living emblem of modern action cinema. The man who didn't just star in The Transporter, Crank, and Fast and Furious, but turned them into adrenaline-soaked legends. From the gritty streets of Shirebrook to the glittering chaos of Hollywood, he didn't climb. He fought his way up, fueled by grit, survival, and zero shortcuts. A street hustler turned world-class diver turned action icon. Every brutal punch and daredevil stunt comes from a place of real hunger and deeper pain. But behind the cinematic explosions lies a human story carved by resilience. This is a man who once survived a 3-ton truck sinking into the icy Black Sea and swam his way to life. Now, at 58, he wears every scar like a medal of honor, living proof that even the hardest warriors bleed and keep moving forward. Born in 1967 to a coal miner father and a dancer mother, Jason's beginnings were anything but glamorous. There was no silver spoon, no safety net. Childhood meant learning to hustle and to balance both on his feet and through life's punches. He started diving seriously at 12, dedicating himself for years, only to miss the Olympics in 1992 by a single spot, a crushing blow that taught him early. Strength isn't forged by success, but by survival. After diving, London streets became his training ground. He sold knockoff goods just to stay afloat, dignity intact, hope flickering. But behind the market stalls, he trained in silence, fighting shadows, failures, and the weight of lost dreams. A random introduction to a sports agency led to modeling work, but fate turned when director Guy Ritchie saw something deeper. When he cast Jason in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, the fuse was lit. Jason's journey is more than a rise. It's a fight. He didn't break through because the door opened. He kicked it down. When Guy Ritchie met him through a modeling contact, he wasn't looking for polish. He wanted truth. Jason didn't audition. He talked. Raw, gritty stories from London's underground. No filters. Ritchie didn't need more. He just said, "You're the man. You don't have to act. You've lived it." And just like that, with a $5,000 paycheck and zero experience, Jason stepped into the fire. That role didn't just launch a career. It introduced a new kind of screen presence. Quiet, dangerous, real. His silence said more than dialogue. His bruises were believable. He didn't rise because he was discovered. He rose because nothing could keep him down. The same streets that once mocked him now flashed his name in lights. By 1998, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels had detonated across the UK film scene, and Jason had redefined the anti-hero. In 2000, Snatch didn't just raise the bar, it crowned him as British action cinema's beating heart. From selling fake watches to standing on red carpets with legends, his story reads like a script, but it's all real. Then came The Transporter in 2002, and Jason went global. He trained obsessively, mastering Wing Chun, kickboxing, and Krav Maga. No stunt doubles, no shortcuts, just sweat, bruises, and resolve. "If I get hurt, at least it's honest," he once said. And he meant it. Films like Crank cranked up the chaos, and Jason, he breathed it in like oxygen. But success came with a silent cost. From 2002 to 2010, Jason Statham lived on film sets and in airports, averaging 2 movies a year. His mornings began with bruises, his nights ended in ice baths. Flops like Revolver and Wildcard hit hard, and Hollywood began whispering that unforgiving word, replaceable. Yet Jason didn't flinch. He fought harder. The bank job reminded audiences of his sharp edge. The Expendables proved he could lead among legends. And Fast and Furious 7 turned him into a global titan. The Meg, it confirmed he could dominate land, air, and sea. He wasn't just in the action genre, he was the genre. But behind the explosions and applause, Hollywood wanted his fists, not his feelings. He laughed off superhero roles, but secretly longed for something real, something raw. Fame filled the rooms around him, but emptied the ones inside. In silence, he nursed injuries from stunts that nearly took his life. Jason wasn't just acting, he was enduring. The last real action hero built not on green screens, but on grit. His body carried the toll, But it was the quiet moments, the ones off camera, that carried his heaviest battles. Long before the fame, there was Kelly. A spark from television's glow, she was Jason's first love. They collided in London's shadows, two stars rising in opposite directions. But while Jason ascended, Kelly drifted into another man's world. No drama, just distance. The heartbreak didn't scream, it lingered. Jason never chased closure. He trained through the pain, letting muscle and motion mask what he couldn't say. Asked about her years later, he simply replied, "We were young. Even warriors carry wounds that don't bleed." By 2005, at 38, Jason wasn't just an actor. He was a legend forged in solitude and silent strength. His career soared, but fame's applause is fleeting and hollow. After losing Sophie Monk, a wild spark who couldn't survive the spotlight's strain, Jason felt another quiet heartbreak. Then came Alex, a calm in the chaos, but constant travel wore down their love. "Everyone wanted the actor," he said. "No one saw the man." The image stayed strong, the soul grew tired. Then Rosie Huntington-Whiteley arrived, grace without ego. With her, Jason found simple joys, cooking, walking, laughing off camera. They built a real life, anchored by their children, Jack and Isabella. But peace came with loss. On the Expendables set, a stuntman died. Later, Paul Walker's sudden death broke something in Jason. Filming Furious 7 felt like chasing a ghost, life moving on while he stayed behind. Today, Jason carries Paul's memory like a compass. Every high-speed chase whispers, "One more ride." The thrill seeker now respects danger. "People see action," Jason says. "I see fear, faith, and preparation." Fame made him a star, but stunts taught him reverence. He now fights for safer sets, honoring those who don't return. Every explosion ends in silence, he reflects. And in that silence, you remember who didn't come back. That's why he treasures stillness, the place where even noise takes a break. His quiet life in London with Rosie and their kids is far from the spotlight. Rosie calls him her calm. Jason calls her home. His garage holds stories, an Aston Martin DBS, a Ferrari Berlinetta, a Lamborghini Murcielago, but the Jaguar E-Type means the most. It's a tribute to his father, who fixed cars to fund music gigs. Every car has a story, and every dent a lesson. Despite the luxury, he lives simply, training daily, eating clean, and staying grounded. You don't stop moving because you age. You age because you stop moving. Nicknamed the Steel Man, Jason's real strength lies in quiet resilience. From humble beginnings to global stardom, he now gives his children what he never had: peace and security. He supports youth and stunt charities, saying, "Someone gave me a shot when I had nothing. Now it's my turn." Jason Statham isn't just a survivor. He's a man shaped by pain, grounded in purpose, and driven by something deeper than fame, the grace that follows endurance. Today, he doesn't chase fame. He protects meaning. He doesn't broadcast success. He lives it in quiet moments, in laughter with Rosie, in walks with his kids, in silence that speaks louder than any applause. Looking out over the London skyline, he knows something most never learn. Peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's standing tall because of it. If you see Jason Statham as more than an action star, as a symbol of resilience, grit, and quiet grace, tap that like button. Let your heart salute the man who didn't just survive the storm, but learned to walk through it without losing himself. Jason Statham didn't just outlast Hollywood. He redefined what it means to be indestructible. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Also, drop a comment below.